Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Vic, your inner peace and manifestation coach. I haven't made a video in a little bit, and really because I've been processing a lot of the stuff that's been coming up for me, and most of my videos really in the past have really conceptualized things that I'm understanding. And yesterday, I had a coaching call with my coach, and things became very vulnerable, and so it's really inspired me to share with you what I want to share with you today. And the topic that I want to talk about is, if you're being rejected by anyone, means you're rejecting yourself on some level. And so to give you a personal story, I'm in a wheelchair, right? I've been a wheelchair user for almost 14 years, and one thing that's been tough in dealing with my situation is attracting women, right? Or at least women that I'm interested in. It just seems that the women I've been interested in, it's been a theme that they don't like me back, right? And I feel like this kind of started when I had my accident, almost 14 years ago, and I was in a relationship at the time, and we ultimately broke up a year or so later. Because of my situation, and so since then, it's been a recurring theme in the last few years that any woman that I'm interested in and express myself to, they're not interested back, right? And it's painful, and it doesn't feel very good, and I do this transformational work, right? So this happened to me recently, actually, and when it happened, basically I got sick of this constantly happening. I knew I was creating this on some level, and so what I decided to do was I decided to just get into the feeling, right? All right, I felt hurt, I felt bad, I felt painful, and I was just gonna go deep into that feeling because I knew that this was being created based on my vibration, and life is constantly triggering us based on previous experiences that we've had. And so these previous experiences where we felt these negative emotions, we haven't truly felt it. We haven't let ourselves go all the way there and experience the emotion in its entirety because it's painful, and we don't want to go there. But I knew that I was holding a significant amount of emotional residue based on previous experiences. So when this happened recently, I just let myself feel the shit out of it. I let these emotions hit me like a truck, and I felt it in my heart, and it was so painful, and it was so rough, and I encountered all of my stories around this situation, which is, I'm in a wheelchair, and there's not many people that are interested in people in wheelchairs, and in other aspects of my life, I don't define myself by my wheelchair. It's not my life. I don't see my wheelchair as, something that's holding me back from anything, for a lot of situations. But I realized that I was using my wheelchair as a hindrance in this situation with women. And as I went deeper into this emotion, I gotta tell you, we suppress so much, and I've suppressed so much over the years, and I have constantly been doing this work. But this was the first time that I committed myself to truly feeling this in its entirety. And as I went to this feeling, and it was a combination of unworthiness and not feeling good enough and shame, for my previous experiences, and I felt all the stories, and I saw my mind, wanting to create all these stories around it. But I knew that my job was just to feel the feeling. My mind can create whatever it wants to. Once I go into my mind, I'm losing focus on the actual feeling, and in a sense, still resisting it. So I just went in and let it happen, and I just let it keep happening, and I kept just being okay with feeling that way, which made me upset and made me irritable. But I just constantly allowed whatever was to come up, and I would say that this process probably took me close to like 2 weeks. And I realized at the end of the day, right, that this feeling wasn't about me being in a wheelchair or me being rejected by women or even my past relationship where I that was broken up because of me being in a wheelchair. All those stories didn't matter because at the end of the day, the feeling I was feeling was this unworthiness, not feeling good enough, shame that was really roots from when I was a child and probably before it. Like honestly, we inherit a lot of our thought patterns, and then they become a bunch of things as we live our lives and apply the same thought patterns to our situations. And so I just let myself feel it, right? No matter how long it took, no matter how painful it was, no matter what story I wanted to create about it, I just became okay with it, not wanting to change it one bit, letting it do whatever it's got to do, because I was sick of creating the same occurrence in my life over and over again. And I just let myself feel it till I got to the other side. And when I got to the other side, I realized that none of this was about my wheelchair, but it was just about this feeling, right? And as I understood that it was unworthiness, I realized that this unworthiness feeling was not only apparent in women that I was interested in, but it was apparent in my financial life, in my business life, in my other relationships, and in every aspect of my life. There was some level of unworthiness that was present that was actually blocking me, limiting me from showing me up in ways that I could. And one really important thing that I've been wanting to create in my life is to write a book about my experiences and the revelations that I've had. And I've written it, I've done, I have never finished it. I have spent time on it. I completed most of it and then just put it away. And then because it caused all these other feelings and experiences that also was part of this unworthiness and stuff that I didn't want to face back then. And so honestly, I would say it's been probably like at least 8 years that I've been talking about I'm going to write a book and I'm going to do whatever. And when I came out on the other side of these emotions, I realized that I have to write this book if I want to be successful in my life, whether it's getting my ideal partner and making a lot of money and being successful in every aspect of my life and every relationship, and to be and to be able to serve the world and people to understand these concepts. Well, I gotta step my game up and I gotta live it hard. And so that's why I chose to go all the way with this. And after all this understanding, it was like, holy shit, like I gotta write my book. Like I've been letting this linger, and if I don't complete this, then I'm not going to be able to see a level of completion in other aspects of my life. I'm not going to be able to be as whole as I want to be to attract the ideal relationship I want to have, and so now I'm writing my book, and I have been pretty focused on it, and I've written a little over a third of it as of now. And I know like this book is going to be awesome, guys. Like I'm telling you right now, like I have lived a life, and I know this is a really big deal. And so coming back to being rejected by this woman and women in recent times, I rejected myself before any of them ever rejected me, right? I have not been showing up, or I didn't allow myself, because I've been holding the sense of unworthiness and not feeling good enough and all this stuff because of my own situations. And so it wasn't about them rejecting me, it was the fact that I was already showing up to them feeling rejected because I was rejecting myself and holding on to these emotions that have been stored in me for God knows how long. So I hope that made sense and that it helps, and that that at the end of the day, like I know I'm so worthy, and so are you, right? And if this resonates with you, if you feel like I can help you, because I'm living this, right? I'm living this transformational work. I'm doing it. And if you want to get into this, if you want to change and transform yourself and feel these emotions and get to the other side and stop, getting in your own way, well, hit me up, because this is what I'm here for, and this is what I'm doing, and I'm working with people that are making significant breakthroughs in their own life. And to tell you a quick story, I've been working with this one client who was facing her own unworthiness and not feeling good enough issues. She was feeling disappointed in herself. And, I got to do some forgiveness work with her, and I told her to do this 15-minute meditation, right? And she goes and she does this meditation. And in the meditation, her dad, who's passed away, came to her and asked her for forgiveness. And her grandparents who had passed away came to her in the meditation to tell her that her purpose in life is to be loved and to embody love. And I didn't know that was going to happen. I can't promise any of y'all who work with me that you're going to have a mystical experience like this, but I'm here doing my work and opening myself up to greater possibilities, because I want to live my best life, and I'm serving people that want to be on the same journey, that want to do the work. And look, by us working together and me being a guide, these experiences are happening for people, and it's so important, because we spend so much time distracting ourselves and falling in the trap of watching TV and drinking and smoking and doing all the things. And guys, like, when I had my accident, I fell off of a third-floor apartment balcony that left me paralyzed, and it was after a night of partying. And I was significantly drinking, like, throughout college and even high school, before I had my accident, which was drinking related. And the reason why I was drinking so much was because I didn't want to feel my emotions. I was suppressing everything. I didn't really understand it at the time. I just found drinking as the solution. And I would drink to the point of blacking out and, doing these things. And it's been a journey for me to understand a lot of these concepts and why we are the way we are. But my accident happened because I suppressed so many emotions and was drinking to avoid it, and it's taken me now on a journey to uncover all this stuff and to let myself feel the bullshit that I was avoiding feeling for so long. And I can tell you, like, now that I'm on the other side of it, and it was hard and it was rough, but I feel so much freer and I feel so much more capable, and I believe in myself, and I'm gonna write this fucking book, and it's going to be amazing, and my life is going to be amazing, and your life can be amazing too. So I love you guys. I love you. A lot of y'all comment on my posts and are being affected by the things I'm putting out, and I'm happy that I can make a difference, because that's why we're here, right? Like, we're all here to live our lives, to transform, to be our best selves, and to share how to become that way for yourself. So, I really encourage you, if any of y'all are interested in working with me, to hit me up, because honestly, like, I'm going places. I know this book is going to be a big deal, and if you wait long enough, I'm going to end up being really expensive. So hit me up, let's get on a free call, and let's talk about it. All right, so thanks a lot. Peace out. Have a good one. And remember to always be here right now, where depression and anxiety cannot exist. Let's go.